Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And of course, many of you are watching it on your televisions at home, mostly by way of cable systems throughout Acadiana, 9 Acadiana parishes. And of course, many of you are listening to it on the radio like you have for the last 35 years, KSLO, 1230 a.m. dial, on your dial, and also 105.3 out of Simsport, Louisiana, a sister company to KSLO. And I might add that today we also are receiving more and more comments about folks watching it on their internet system at home or at work or in their car, I guess.
On their cell phone.
On their cell phone if they choose to do that. So all types of ways to watch the Bobby Dupre Show. And it replays on Friday morning at 7 a.m. And then, of course, Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. And, of course, my sidekick here, Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
And busy weekend, a lot of election results, and we'll talk about a few of them. But right now, let's not forget our good sponsors.
Oh, we'll start right away with Benny's Supermarket right here in town. And they want to welcome everybody coming to town for that 66th annual Yam Belief Festival. If you're looking for some good homemade yam sweet potato pies, let me tell you, they got them in the deli section over there. Go buy all them sweet potato pies up. When I was a little boy, the Jubert family around the Palmetto area, the little ladies there would make all those great sweet potato pies. They got homemade style pies right there at Benny's Supermarket here in town. Go buy a great 7 days a week deli that's there for rice and gravy or salad if you want. They got the wine selection, great beer selection, fresh produce, and great meat. Little Benny Sports Shack with your nutritional supplemental needs, and Miss Mary's gift shop because it's the holidays, you know.
Right, one more.
Let's go with, how about Carl's Thrifty Way, all your medicine needs. You know, you might be like me right now, a little bit stopped up in the nose. You got to get a little bit of that over-the-counter type medication. You're not quite bad enough to go to the doctor, but you're not good enough just to fight it on your own. Go buy and get some of those antihistamines and all that. They can tell you, what's a good thing to take. What's the drowsy formula, what's not the drowsy formula. Because, if you work,
that's important.
You drive and you got to be careful. Do I eat with this one? Do I not eat with that one? Your prescription drugs, the same way. They've got gifts, gift wrapping, monogramming services there, as well as home decorating ideas at Carl's Thrifty Way.
Good. On November the 3rd, that's going to be next Thursday, Bad Chad Boxcar Promotions, boxing promotions. Chad Broussard, of course, is well known in boxing circles. He was a professional fighter himself. Now he's a trainer and a promoter, and I might add, puts on some real good fights on the 3rd. It's going to be held back at the Rain Civic Center. Draws a real good crowd. That is next Thursday, November the 3rd. Starts around 7 o'clock, and they've got, I want to say, 7 bouts planned for that night, and they always very, very interesting. It's a good night out to see your friends and see some good professional fights. These young men are trying to work their way up, so they're working real hard. They're putting everything into it. They're training hard for these fights, and they give it their all. It's just a real nice evening, and we certainly recommend, and we'll come back with this on next week's program also. And the old-timers of Louisiana high school boxing, of which I was one of those.
The Punchies.
The Punchies. They're having, I guess we can call it an annual reunion now. It's every year now. And this year, Lafayette has volunteered to put these on. And it'll start on Friday and again on Saturday morning through Saturday noontime. We'll eat lunch and then we'll break up. And a lot of time to visit with your opponents who were in the ring against you and not your personal friends. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of friends that I've made, especially since we started these reunions. When you were fighting in high school, you knew them, but you didn't get to really know the person. And I might add that practically all of them have done real well in life. They've become owners of businesses. They've been managers of large businesses. And so you kind of renewed all those old friendships and make a lot of new friends. Next Friday, No, this Friday and Saturday. What am I talking about? This Friday and Saturday.
This weekend, Sacred Heart of Ville Platte is going to play our own Westminster here in Opelousas. You know, it's a big, big game. Two powerhouses meeting. You can go to the game live and watch it, but then on Saturday afternoon, if you want to watch it again or record it because you've got a grandchild or a child that's playing, it's going to be here on KDCG at 3 p.m. right here. So watch it at 3 p.m. Sacred Heart of Ville Platte against Westminster. Let your Ville Platte friends know and your Opelousas friends know. And of course, Westminster draws all the way from Lafayette and beyond.
Well, they have a school there, large school there, growing all the time.
We've also got the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. Their kickoff rally is going to be Tuesday, November the 1st. That's next Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Opelousas General Health System South Campus. It's the old Doctors Hospital. So go by. It's going to be a real nice kickoff party. Go by and you can give a call to Camille Brew at 237-3797 with the American Cancer Society.
My friend, Pastor Bobby Gradney from Port Barry with the Global House of Praise, he's having a large gathering, North City Park here in Opelousas on November the 4th at 7 p.m. And these are very, very interested, and I might add, very, very well attended. We'll remind you of this. That's next, not this Friday, but next Friday on November the 4th.
And we got the Quartos Casino. If you want to go by the Quartos Casino and Travel Plaza, right over there off of exit 23 between Washington and Opelousas. I guess Nuba is what you want to call that area. They got El Pico de Gallo, their own authentic Mexican restaurant and cantina. It's open Monday through Sundays, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. with 2-for-1 margaritas with your meal. They've also got the casino next door where you can go and have some gaming fun. They're always giving away different prizes. And they've also got the crispy, crunchy chicken inside that 24/7 convenience store, the Chevron Good Gas.
Good food, good food. Mm-hmm. The 19th Annual Creole Festival, which is hosted by the Holy Ghost Catholic Church here in Opelousas, is having their annual festival on November the 4th, 5th, and 6th. That would be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A lot of good music, a lot of good food. We'll come back and remind you, but this is to put you on notice and maybe mark that on your calendar, put it in your cell phone, and it'll automatically ring if you tell it to give you a day notice.
In your new iPhone 4S.
That's correct. So we'll come back and remind you of this, and this is an annual event, and this is that big fundraiser for that church.
Yes, very good calls. And I want to thank Holy Ghost. You know, this week St. Landry Church is having some repairs done inside for the heating and cooling units, and so Holy Ghost is letting St. Landry's parishioners at noontime have Mass at Holy Ghost. So I want to thank Father Jason over there for that.
T-Boys of Mamou, Louisiana. T-Boys, Boudin, and Cracklin. Mm-hmm. T-Boy is a real nice, friendly person. He participated in the, let's see which, they call it the 4th Annual Boudin Cook-Off at Park International in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Right.
And he won the People's Choice, first place.
Go ahead.
That's pretty good.
You and I stopped in that little place.
Yes, very, very good. Friendly staff. And he has a second location in Eunice, I might add also. Second place in the People's Choice was News of Youngsville and Milton. And let's go real quick. The first place in the traditional was Early's Supermarket in Scott. In the specialty, the first place was Early's Supermarket in Scott. And third place, the unlinked Boudin. The first place is News in Youngsville and Milton. So a lot of different winners, gives a lot of people, and it's a big fundraiser for the Historic Preservation Alliance of Lafayette.
There you go. This weekend, the Downtown Music and Market Series is going to have Gino Delafosse and French Rock and Boogie. They're not going to play at the Farmers Market in Vieux Village this week. They're going to be at the Courthouse Square. So go by the courthouse. And the vegetable this week, of course, will be sweet potatoes for the Yambilee.
Yep, and that's mighty good. The sweet potato crop is being harvested now. Right here on I-49 south on the left, that was the Roy property, and it's still into the Roy property. Ms. Roy died, but her children have inherited that land, and they were harvesting sweet potatoes. 2 different rigs were on one piece of property harvesting. They have a nice cover over all the workers. They sit in these machines.
And it's not the little crates anymore. Those are big industrial crates. If you saw some of the stuff they got out there, was huge ones. I guess that's the ones they can.
Yeah, they haul those to New Iberia.
And all that down
New
there.
Iberia, that's correct. Let's talk a little bit about some football. We almost forgot last week to talk about football. Start off with what you thought about the Tigers on Saturday night. LSU Tigers.
I thought they did okay. I thought it was a good game. I thought that they, I wish they'd have scored some more points. They only scored 40-something points. I wish they'd have got about 80 on all of it. Get some of them old frustration out.
Yeah.
But they look good. I mean, and the second string guys, you got the Hilliard kid from down in Patterson that came out. Of course, his uncle was Dalton Hilliard, the great Tiger running back.
Gave him
Saints.
A good opportunity.
He looked great.
All three
the Brooks
replacements.
Kid that came in was actually third string, played cornerback, and got a touchdown. I mean, what else can you ask for?
Yep, and the three that were suspended from last week's game have been reinstated into the program, and they trained on Tuesday afternoon with the Tigers and will be playing against Alabama. Not this week. They have both Alabama and LSU have a week off, so they're going to, all these guys
they're
that
going to sell TV ads. I mean, they're going to practice.
Either they were on the side watching because they had to, or they were slightly injured. They're going to be healing them up, and that game has been moved up, by the way, to an afternoon game, a 7 o'clock game. Evening game instead of daytime like it was originally scheduled.
CBS.
And CBS. And at the same time, CBS has agreed to have next year's LSU Alabama game played again at night and in Tiger Stadium. And I'm going to make a comment here. The business owners around the Baton Rouge area quite upset with all these early afternoon games. People are just not staying over. The hotels are feeling a pinch when they really need the business. The games are being played in the afternoon. I guess enough noise was made that both Alabama is experiencing the same thing too, and LSU. So at least they're going to assure us of one night game next year.
Let's talk about our other schools as well. UL, lost this weekend, but people that go to UL go to LSU. I know I attended UL for some time before I went to LSU. You attended UL. We like to watch both teams, and if they keep moving them both during the daytime, you can't watch both games. So this, when UL knows LSU tends to play at night, so they try to schedule their stuff. That way everybody can see everything. Support everybody.
That's right. And then let's go to the Saints.
They did okay, too. I wish they'd have scored another 60. They only got 60-something points, right?
Yeah.
KSLO was on the other side of 3. The Saints only got 60-something points.
62 points. That was, I felt bad for Peyton Manning. He was on the sidelines doing apparently maybe a little coaching is kind of what he must have been talking to the
and it wasn't
quarterbacks.
Working. Whatever he was doing.
Nothing was working. Ooh. And I'm hearing more and more that it looks like most people would prefer that he not play the game again with that injury to his neck that he sustained. It's got to be bad. It's not. And that could cripple him for life. And he has such a potential as a young businessman or commentator for one of the big stations. I mean, he has the future is ahead of him.
I'm sure he'll get the best advice that money can buy because he got all the money.
Yeah, and what I think they said the other night, he's 36 years old, so he's starting to be on that on that level to where he needs to consider it. And
of course, the young guy, Mr. Luck, that's the quarterback at Stanford, is probably the hottest prospect to come out since Manning came out. If they lose all their games, that's probably who they could draft.
That's
so
true.
They're thinking about all that as well. Maybe they just move Peyton to be one of the coaches. Maybe if they switch coaches, Peyton will be the coach and the young man will be the new quarterback.
The Manning opportunities. The Manning family has just been outstanding, exemplifying good sportsmanship, good clean life, assisting the communities in where they live and the state that they live in. They do all they possibly can. I know both Peyton and Eli came to help Daddy when the Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, where both of them, they were raised right there in New Orleans. And both of them came back, not only with their money, but they themselves showed up, and just good family life.
I want to remind folks that the Fall Harvest Tour of Historic Homes, that's the Washington Garden Club, our good friends down there through St. John's Church that do all the preservation down there, they're going to do their fall tours. They're going to do De la Morandière. Boy, I guess my French is all right.